All right, we're live. Boom. Hello, today this is Egyptian Imran, aka EI. Hope you're having a really lovely day. Today, I got a really important subject to address, and it involves your body. These vessels we have, these temporary vessels we inhabit, they have so much power. They are powerhouses in themselves. Our bodies are capable to do so much because they have their own intelligence. Our bodies have their own frequency, their own vibration. Okay? Now this is common, right? This is common sense. Most people know this, or at least most spiritual individuals know this. But what many people neglect is the fact that your body can produce so much energy by you tapping into the 5 elements. And if you haven't seen the 5 elements, which is the first video on this YouTube channel, go check that out before watching this video. I'm gonna go ahead and continue anyways, but if you haven't seen the 5 elements, go check that video out, because you're gonna need to know that in order to understand what I'm about to say here. To be connected to those 5 elements, which is, we got ether, the 5th element. Man, top of my head right now. The 4th element, what is it? What is it? What is the 4th element? Okay, well, the 3rd element is air. The first element being plants. The 2nd element being soil, dirt, ground, soil. And the 4th element it's not. What is the 4th element? The 4th element. 4th element. What is the 4th element? I swear, I think I was gonna make a whole video on the 4th element alone. So it may come back to me or it may not, but the 4th element, I know I was gonna make a separate video on the 4th element alone because it has that much substance in it that I need to make a whole video on it. So I will save that for a future video, and if it comes back to me during this video, please excuse me, I will come back to that. The 5 elements, when you're tapped in, the sun, of course, how could I forget? I'm looking right at it. Look at me, right? The sun giving you infinite amount of wisdom and intelligence. And I'm gonna go in depth into detail with the 4th element being the sun into a future video, because I could really make that a whole video, a long one. In fact, I could really mention multiple points. But right now we're gonna keep it to the cuff and say that the sun, when you wake up in the morning and you have a yearning to go out into the sun, you be in the sun, you are tapping into your natural circadian rhythm, your biological rhythm as a human being, into this body as a vessel. Because if your body is a powerhouse, it needs something to power it. The 5 elements alone, being tapped into them, will power the vessel. But something that nothing can add up to is the 4th element being the sun, powering your body, feeding your body. You can go a long time without eating food, as long as you have sun, because you're eating the sun. Now I'm gonna transition to this next segment of this video by reading you an article. And you can do your own research and find this same article I'm reading off of. And I'm gonna get into that and what you can research to find the same article in just a second. Now let's get to it. So this article was created in October 13, 2016. And it basically describes the science of the difference between plants and human beings. So I'm gonna go ahead and start reading. The difference between plants and human beings are highly evident. However, both groups of living organisms are made up of similar cell components, eukaryotic excuse me if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, eukaryotic cells have genetic material within their cell nucleus that are the basic unit of plants and human beings. Okay? In fact, both groups of living things have descended from unicellular nucleated organisms called protists. Through time, these protists evolve into multicellular organisms to which plants and human beings now belong. So right now, this whole article, the science of it, is getting into the first element being plants, and how I'm going to transition into this segment, into the video, to describe how you can tap into your body's powerhouse. So I'm going to continue reading just a little bit more of this. It's not very long. Because of this common origin, plants and human beings also share similar internal components. First, both contain cell membranes. Okay, they both contain cell membranes, plants and human beings, which are the outer boundary of the cell, just in case you didn't know. This cell structure limits the chemicals and other substances that can that can enter into a cell. So the cell membrane is the outer wall that protects other things from intruding. Plants and human beings having both. Another structure that is common to both plants and human beings is the presence of mitochondria. This organelle is often referred to as the powerhouse of the cell. Okay? Because it provides chemical constituents that are used for cellular metabolism. Cellular metabolism. Now, when you think of the word metabolism, metabolizing, what do you think of? Fasting? Oh, your body burning fat? AKA when you're not eating food, your body burning fat, right? Using fat as an energy, right? Okay? What does the sun provide? It provides a list of nutrients for your body. And I can get into detail with all of that in the fourth element video. But right now, getting to the point, your body feeds off of the sun. Feeds off of the sun. I'll continue that in just a second. Let me finish reading this article. It's almost done. Lastly, both plants and animals have a nucleus wherein DNA is stored. Despite all these similarities, why do plants and human beings look so different? Because the eyes are deceiving. Anyone who's tapped into their spiritual nature understands that there is call it the first eye or the third eye. I prefer the first because, yes, your third eye is in fact the first eye. The mind's eye could have been the first eye. I believe it is. You see through the projection. You see through the illusion. You see through the Maya with the eye. With your eye, you see through all of the bullshit. You see the truth. Okay, so this article is basically saying the science of us being similar in nature, biologically, like I addressed in my first video, 5 elements. Check that out if you haven't. We are biologically, and in fact genetically, similar to plants. So what does that tell you? I don't know, maybe being in sunlight is a great thing for you. Or also maybe eating plants is also another wonderful thing for you. Eating on a plant-based alkaline diet. Yeah, why do I say alkaline? Because Dr. Sebi did the research for us, thank him, to show us that many foods that we consume are in fact hybridized, created in a laboratory. Just like you create a dog because it's a genetically modified being, the dog, because it's supposed to be a wolf. They genetically modify the food in the laboratory. So a lot of fruits and vegetables aren't the real thing. So, why do I mention this? I say this because the plants and the sun power your body like a battery. How do you charge a crystal? You leave it in the sun. I say that example because crystals are natural elements and properties of the earth. We are no different. Our bodies are made up of natural elements of the earth. Now, you might have missed a lot in the upcoming months in terms of evolution because you've been so distracted with nonsense, right? But me, I've been traveling different places to bring home this knowledge within me that's always existed. It is not a surprise to me that I'm able to come onto these videos and perform the way I am at this point. And I'm grateful for it, in fact, because I'm able to see truth so clearly than I ever was in the past, because all the work I put in through the months and the years added up, all the spiritual work, all the mental work, everything, all the physical work to shape my body into the healthiest version of itself it could be in the present moment as it is right now. And the healing work I'm continuing on my body, my mental, and my spiritual. Life is a process. It is a journey. We know that. Come on. This is obvious, right? We know that. I hope you know that. Come on, right? Right? Life is a journey. Life is a process, right? Through all the things you discover in life, there are many things stored in your body that block the self-discovery along the way. So the way you evolve and become the best version of yourself, the strongest, the healthiest, the fittest, the smartest, the best version of yourself, right? Could go on naming things that make you the best version of yourself. But let's just summon it up. Let's just make it to the point right now. The best version of yourself has to deal with all the planes, including your body, your powerhouse, the magnets. The ancient Egyptians knew this. They used the pyramids as magnets. I'm not going to get into that right now. I'll save that for a future video. But this is esoteric ancient knowledge that has been around. Your body is a powerhouse. Pay attention to your body. When you wake up in the morning, people get into yoga. They go to yoga class. Okay, but why? Why stop there? Why just do yoga? Why not combine yoga? Why not do it all? Why not take yoga, do martial arts? Why not do some push-ups? Why not do some sit-ups? Why not do some squats? Why not do some yoga stretches in between? Why not go for a run? Let your heart pump that blood. Why not do it all? Your body is capable of doing so many things. When you limit it to just yoga, when you limit it to just push-ups and just hitting the machines at the gym, you're cutting yourself short. We are powerful. Your body is powerful. Let me go ahead and check now. Where are we at? 13 minutes. I could continue. We'll save it for a part 2. I'm going to be doing a part 2 for a lot of different videos in this series that I'm going to bring up. But without further ado, I have nothing more to say on this nature. I think I've made my point. Your body is a powerhouse. Pay attention every morning, every night, before you go to sleep. When you wake up in the morning, to how your body feels. Tune in. Feel what it needs. Do your research if you have to. Don't just take my word for it. Don't just watch my videos. Do your own research. Have your own questions in mind. That's all I gotta say. Peace.